part B of the notes. So this is helixing around profiles. I'm going to go part. Now what I'll do with this is I'll jump straight to the speeded version. You remember I asked you to do two profiles, which was one which became the path and the other which became the profile that we used, which in our case was the spring. So I'll go to sketch and sketch. Now originally I put on a circle. I'm not too fussed about the dimensions on this, just because I like to track from the center. Just because for this is just about the profile that I'm interested in. So I'm going to click OK on that. Now remember on this new sketch originally had a line, and then this became our profile path. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put on circle, and let's just go 5mm. So then what I'm going to do, I mean it doesn't have to be 5mm, it's just me laking around really. So if I bring this across like this, now the center line becomes our key marker here. Now in fact, for argument's sake, let's just see what happens when I don't use a center line. This is quite interesting. So I'm going to come back out of here. I'm going to go surfaces, I'm going to go swept surface. Profile's already in, it needs a profile, a path to follow. Then curves, options, sorry. And I'm going profile twist, specific twists, and I will go, for this we'll go rotations. And I'm going to go just 5 for this, I'll show you what happens. Let's go 30. Now what it does, now it's not done it here, and I think it's just purely because I've no restrictions actually on the drawing. What it can do is it can often get unsure as to exactly what you wanted to do and use this as a reference point, but in my instance here it's actually worked. This won't always work, it can be very flimsy, and it can be very unsure as to what's going on. So what I'm going to do is come back, and I always, but always, when doing this, I always use a center line to give me a marker as to where the hell everything's sitting. I'm going to drop my coincident, I'm going to drop my vertical, press Control, I'm going to select the point, target, pierce. Drops it into position, and the beauty is now that I'm in control, I have a restriction. So let's go, I don't know, 2mm. That's probably going to bring it way too close. Yes, way too close. So let's take it to, we'll go 4mm. At least then that puts it at a distance across based on the 2.5 that it's originally done at. So then I'll come out, and I'm pierced, I'm in a position, I'm in a good spot. So let's go to swept, choose the profile, choose the path, options. We're going to go down to twist, specific twist, number of rotations, and again for this I'm going 30. Same profile, I know, but this is now a controlled profile. Gives me that nice, as some were saying last week, scrunchy look. Now that's alright if you're making rings. The important thing to take into consideration about this is, doesn't just have to be a circular profile. It can be something with a continuous flow. So I'm going to again go to sketch and sketch. I'm going to go spline to here, down to here, and just for argument's sake, let's put it there. I'm just trying to show you the flow between these paths. So again, I'm going to come back onto the top plane, sketch and profile, bring that in, and we're going to put on a circle. Whoops, that was me exiting the sketch, don't want to exit it. We're going to go smart dimension, we're going to go here, and then bring that to 5mm. It's in meters, I know, it's just annoying me, so I can't be bothered to change it. I'm going to bring in my center line. Again, I only put it there for control, because I like the idea of if anything changes, I can edit suited. So I went point, target, pierce. Right, so let's try this again. Surface, swept, profile, path, options, twist, number of rotations. I'll stay with the same, just go 30. Is it going to do it? Now, this is what I'm hoping that it won't, because there's some elements about this that will be nice for us to discuss if it ever gets to the end. Oh, sadly it actually did do it. Now you see these here, see how these are twisting the relation across it. Now this here is an effort for the system trying to fix the problem of deformation across it. Now if you go too many rotations, so let's boost that up a bit, let's go to 50. What it should do is it should find that material overlaps each other. If you get material that overlaps each other, this will not work. So it's a nice profile. Watch this, is going to work. Oh, that looks nice. I don't think that's worked. So this is a nice profile if you're wanting to do manipulation to a certain degree, or if you're wanting to change certain things to a certain degree. But it can be a real pain in the backside if you have material that overlaps. Now the reason it's freezing, oh, nightmare. You get a blue screen. The reason it's freezing is purely because I am trying to almost double the amount of rotations within this single path. There are let's call them springs, or let's call them extrusions or sweeps. There are sweep geometries that are overlapping. This leads to huge errors, and this will not allow it to work. I don't want to sit here forever trying to get this to work, so let's just give it a minute. Right, see how that came back with nothing? This is purely because it's found these problems, so I'm going to drop that to 20. With this 20 now, what it will do is it can see that it's got all these elements that it can maneuver to make it work. So with having this type of twist, what it does is it says right over this path, this is what the amount of twist that you're going to get. So if I click OK, that then allows for this really deformed profile. Now this deforming was not always a common, it was always trying to keep a present state at one point. But you may at some points want to be able to control each rotation around the profiles. Now last week what I was challenging everybody with is coming up with a way of being able to do it. Now I'm not going to do it now because I still want you to have a crack at it, but really think about what we did the week before, which was split entities. Take a look at that tool. That will allow you to split the spline into multiple sections and then choose a relative number of rotations that will be between a specific distance. So give it a go, see how you get on. This has been sweeping around the actual profiles. It allows us for some really sophisticated springs, if you will, or cabling. Again, as ever, if there are any questions, any concerns, anything that you're unsure about, or you just struggle to get this working, drop me an email, send me the part, let me take a look, and I can try and get you going. If not soon, if not today, I will speak to you all soon. See you later.